Division Avenue is a main artery that runs through the heart of Grand Rapids. In the mid-90s, it was also the favorite hunting ground of a serial killer who stalked women, mostly sex workers, in this once thriving red light district. By the time the women recognized the monster beneath Garry Artman's mask, it was too late. Now, 30 years later, the families of more than a dozen women are hoping Artman's deathbed confession, airing here for the first time, will give them answers they still desperately seek.
All right, y'all get set up. I'm going to start telling you that.
With your left hand, open your door. Open up wide. Step out of the vehicle with your hands up and look away from me.
So this is behind the scenes of our cold case room. This is where we keep any of our open homicides. And the ones we're going to be looking at here today are this box 1 and box 2. These are going to be, they were labeled prostitution murders back in the day, but they were the Metro Task Force records. These are any tips that had come in at that time pertaining to those particular homicides.
A driver for an office supply company made the discovery. The body was wrapped in a blanket, dumped just a few feet off the side of the road.
Most of the victims were drug-addicted prostitutes who disappeared while working the street. Their bodies eventually dumped in lonely wooded areas.
And the body was just laying right there. It's real decomposed.
It's not likely the person is going to stop until he's caught.
Hi, Candy. Nice to meet you. I'm Case.
My name is Candy Caterberg, and I'm here to look at tips that were called in the 90s. My biological mother was found in Muskegon in March of 94, and she was the first one found murdered, but many came up missing and murdered after that.
Hello, how you doing?
Case.
I'm Tashika.
Nice to meet you. Come on back.
I am Tashika Lockridge. I am Fonda Lockridge, oldest daughter.
What happened to your mom?
She left from home one day and never came back.
How old were you?
6.
So what we have here is ones that they think potentially could have been involved in that series of murders. Literally every week, every couple weeks, every month, they were finding a new body. They just had so many random tips coming in, and they would farm them all out. They had a task force that was assigned, and so a tip would come in, and they would assign that tip to be investigated. And then you'll see the tip for Garry Artman. Even though they didn't get Garry at that time, by contacting him, if they had him scared enough that he thought that they were onto him, apparently that made him stop, at that time at least, if you believe what he said.
Sure. So I had H2 call me. They got a damn guy wanted for murder in an 18-wheeler.
His last name is Artman, A-R-T-M-A-N, Artman.
I'm going to talk to him on the radio. We'll do a felony traffic stop so nobody run up in there and try to jerk him out of the truck. We're going to walk him back to us.
Driver! Step out of the vehicle! Watch out! Put your hands up in the air! Put your hands up in the air! Face away from the house! Give a shit! Put your f***ing hands in the air! You better start f***ing listening to me, motherfucker! Turn away! Turn the f*** away!
Hello. Hello, ma'am. Hi. My name is John Tynoff. I'm a detective with the Kent County Sheriff's Office.
Mm-hmm.
Are you related to Sharon Hammock?
Yes.
Well, I have some good news for you.
Oh, please, please.
please.
So I can tell you, I can confirm that
We found the killer.
We found the killer. He's in custody.
Are you kidding me?
No, here.
Yes, ma'am. This is John Tynoff. I'm a detective with the Kent County Sheriff's Office. I'm very glad. I'm really happy to be here to give you guys this news that we were able to let you know that Sharon's murderer is criminally charged.
How did you guys catch him after all this time?
A lot of forensic evidence that he left at the scene.
Last week, Kent County Sheriff's Office major case detectives arrested Garry Dean Artman, a 64-year-old Florida man, for the 1996 murder of Sharon Hammock. Artman was taken into custody in Mississippi and is awaiting extradition to Michigan. Kent County Sheriff's Office detectives, along with advancements in DNA testing, were able to further piece together evidence.
It was a oh crap moment. Like I think this is potentially the right guy. Like things all of a sudden kind of, you have all these puzzle pieces that have never come together, and then all of a sudden in a moment it's like they all seem to fit, and it's like this is potentially the right guy after all of these years. And the few detectives at the county and me might be the only people on earth that actually know who this guy is, and this mystery might be solved after 25 plus years.
But what do you got? And what's the charge or whatever?
Yeah, we'll get into that. I know in the trucking industry as a whole, or it's kind of common knowledge, I guess, that there's some prostitution stuff that happens. I'm just curious, how did you look at these women?
You want the truth?
Yeah.
Piece of meat. Business. Here's money. Turn me off.
All right.
That's it. They're a commodity, a piece of meat. That's what I used them as. Paid them, get out, bye.
Let's go back to 1996. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like you were living in the Grand Rapids area.
Okay.
All right. And why I bring up the DNA is we have an individual, prostitute, who was murdered.
Okay.
In 1996.
And my DNA was found.
That's correct. Have you ever heard the name Sharon Hammock?
Who?
Thursday, October 3rd, 29-year-old Sharon Hammock is the 10th woman to be found dead and believed murdered in Kent and nearby counties since March of '94.
They were strangled, or the cause is undetermined.
She was a beautiful soul that didn't deserve to have what was done to her. She was fearless. She really was. There wasn't a lot that scared her. I guarantee you she didn't go down without a fight. She was bruised from her waist up. Now what? That's a sadistic monster. That is not a human.
Daffy?
Hello.
Daffy, hi, Daffy.
Look,
Can you see
look
me?
down. There you look down. There. Right. Hi.
Hi, Daffy.
Look
so I have to
down.
look up to see you, and then I can look down so you can see me.
Yeah.
I can't see both. Look down for you.
Yeah, I look
There
down.
you are.
Here I is.
Daffy.
Hi.
Hi.
How did you hear that I was in Mississippi?
It's all over the news. It's
Really?
all over the news. All over the news. All over the news.
What are they saying?
Cold case cracked. A long-haul trucker from Florida is in jail tonight.
Arrested Garry Dean Artman, a 64-year-old Florida man.
The killing of Sharon K. Hammock was one of a dozen murders in the 90s that police thought may have been connected.
Cold case from 26 years ago. Murder of a cold case 26 years ago. The name of the woman is like Sharon something. She was murdered. Your DNA is on it. On the blanket.
Wow. Okay. All right, sign up for Zelle.
Okay.
I got a feeling by the time this is over, I'm going to end up being a celebrity. Meaning that there's going to be a lot more. We've only got about 2.5 minutes left.
Tell me what you want me to know. Tell me what you want me to know.
I got a feeling I'm going to be in for the long haul.
Over 3 years in the mid-90s, a dozen women were found murdered in and around Grand Rapids. 4 more women vanished. 16 women total. But DNA only tied Garry Artman to 1 murder, in Michigan at least.
So my name is Rich Taylor. We are from the Maryland State Police. Just wanted to talk to you about a couple things.
I have no idea what's going on. Well, I do know what's going on, and it's not that to stop it. Okay. I had sex with him.
With who?
Whoever.
Okay.
My DNA was found inside of her. After that, I have no freaking idea. You're on your own. If you want closure, look somewhere else.
Are you referring to why you're here right now, that situation?
Part of it.
That's not why we're here to talk to you. We're here to talk about a different situation.
Talking about Dustin.
Dusty, Chuck.
Dusty, or whoever.
Okay.
Something like that.
2 young mothers, strangers in life, forever connected in death. Brutally murdered, investigators say, by the same hand.
24-year-old Dusty Shuck was found 2,000 miles from her home in Arizona. Police believe she'd been hitching rides cross-country with truckers. A passing driver spotted her body off the shoulder of I-70 in Maryland, 40 miles from D.C.
Dusty, from the moment she was born, was beautiful, happy, mellow, got along with everybody.
What detectives believe today, Dusty Shuck had crossed paths with this man, a 64-year-old over-the-road trucker based in Florida. Police say it was mistakes he made, DNA he left behind in both of these murders that finally exposed him.
There's something inside of him that isn't human. All I can hope for is that he gets exactly what he deserves.
Fuck it, hang me.
I'm sorry?
Hang me. Take me out somewhere and shit me. I don't give a shit anymore.
This is Sharon Hammock. Back in 1996, she was a young mother of 2. And unfortunately for her, her path crossed with the defendant. You are going to hear that he abducts her. She is stripped nude. Her hands are bound behind her back.
Now, when you initially observed the body, can you give us your initial observations of what you first saw when it was brought to you?
Well, it was complex. She was wrapped in a blanket. It was like an electric blanket. There were some bruises all over her body. She had 2 stab wounds in the scalp. Maybe the most striking was that she had been wearing, or she was wearing, a pearl necklace, and the imprint of that necklace was on her neck in the form of scrapes. So it was we call it a patterned abrasion. The cause of death was asphyxia by strangulation.
Can you tell us a little bit about Sharon?
She was a loving sister, mother, daughter. I mean, she loved life.
She ran into some problems, is that correct?
Yeah.
And can you tell the jury what happened?
She had an addiction, and it led her down the wrong path.
And you've been waiting now 27 years for this day, haven't you?
Yeah.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I'm going to take you back to when you were 16 years old. Did you come into contact with Garry Artman?
Yes.
Can you tell the jury how it is you came into contact with him?
My girlfriend and I are back in the 80s. Used to go cruising all the time. Everybody did it. And we were on our way home from a friend's house. Driving down the road, he had pulled up beside us, rolled her window down a bit, and he stuck his hand in the window with a knife, put it around her throat, told her to move over.
With a knife?
Yes, to her throat. So of course we're both scared. We're kids, right? So he ended up getting in the car and proceeded to drive. We ended up pulling in somewhere, and then he started with his rape of Sue. Eventually, he had her get in the back seat and made me come to the front. Proceeded to, he wanted me to have oral sex with him, and then vaginal, and then at one point he told me I wasn't very good to get back in the back seat, and made Sue get back up in the front. That went on for a couple hours, back and forth. So I don't remember that part of it. I remember before, I remember right after, I remember running to the lady's house, I remember going to the hospital, and I remember going to court to put him away.
And then what do we learn about Mr. Artman while he was in prison? And his journals. His mindset about women hasn't changed, but his thoughts have. He went from a rapist to starting to talk about killing. He believes he's in prison because Dawn and Sue were able to show up in court and testify against him. Well, what's the safest way to ensure that no one is here to testify? So when he gets out in 1992, the plan is in place. And now he's got a new target.
Did you guys have any conversations about whether he solicited prostitutes?
Yes, he did admit to soliciting prostitutes, specifically after he got out of prison and was in the Grand Rapids area.
Is this the storage unit that you searched pursuant to that search warrant?
It is. This is the facility where it was located at, yes. This item was taken, it's a cooler that was found at the rear of the unit. It was filled with, it was plastic bags with female underwear and garments.
People's 46.
Again, more clothing items being taken from the cooler.
People's 47.
Again, same thing. There's going to be a lot of photos of clothing items that we did recover from this cooler.
Are these all women's underwear?
From our knowledge, yes.
Let's talk about the DNA and its significance. Then that blanket, let's talk about the electric blanket that she's wrapped up in. Or common sense to explain why that blanket has his DNA on it and not hers, other than it's his blanket and he wrapped around it after he killed her. Those fingernail clippings were tested. I think Sharon Hammock, 27 years later, came back from the grave and pointed her fingers at that man, Mr. Artman.
Defendant and defense counsel, please rise. In the case of People of the State of Michigan versus Garry Dean Artman, the verdict form reads, we the jury, in the above entitled cause, all 12 jurors being in agreement, find upon our oaths that the defendant, Garry Dean Artman, is as follows. Count 1, guilty of first-degree premeditated murder. Count 2, guilty of first-degree felony murder. Count 3, guilty of first-degree criminal sexual conduct.
We have a gift for you.
Sharon, we want you both to have. It's a piece of her, right? Yeah.
When we come back, the message detectives never expected to receive and deathbed declarations from a serial killer. In 2023, a Kent County jury took just a half hour to convict Garry Artman in the 1996 rape and murder of Sharon Hammock. 2 months after the trial, Kent County detectives received a message from the prison where Artman was housed. The convicted killer, now on his deathbed with cancer, wanted to talk about bodies. If you could just kind of start from the beginning of when you found out that this was even a possibility, and just kind of take me through how this happened, of him talking.
Yeah, so we found out on December 6th that he was willing to talk. Apparently he had sent a note that he wanted to talk about bodies, was the word we heard he used.
We were just shocked that he would even actually agree to talk to us, especially because he had sworn at the county detectives before.
They're idiots. Your detectives right there, excuse my language, are idiots.
We thought until he actually started saying anything, we thought he's not gonna talk to us.
He wanted a few things from us in return for this information. He wanted a Subway sandwich, double meat, I believe it was, and a Dr. Pepper.
It was very important to us if that's what it took to get information related to homicides that could help families move on. I mean, it was a very easy decision for us to make that happen.
They just put your bag in, so we'll get that.
You get your Dr. Pepper, Gary?
Yep.
Yeah. Is there anything that I can do for you right now?
Yes, yes. You want to shake my hand?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
We know you are. We know you are. And we aren't here to jump.
You're sorry.
I appreciate
all of it.
I believe you. I believe you are.
Kent County.
Kent County, yep. You get the other guys in here?
Yeah.
All right. Bring everybody in here. All right. Say happy birthday.
We had been talking to him, and he indicated that it was his birthday, and then kind of throughout the conversation of talking about it being his birthday, he asked us to sing him happy birthday. And in our good nature, to try to develop a rapport with him, we reluctantly agreed to sing him happy birthday.
I'm still waiting on one guy.
He's waiting on someone else to come to the room to sing with you.
It's your birthday? Yeah.
Happy birthday.
And a two.
Happy birthday, Gary.
Happy birthday, bud. Thank you.
How old are you today, Gary?
66.
66. You don't look a day over 50. But Gary, here's the thing, right? You know why we're here, and you know what information we want to hear about. I'll give you what you want. Okay, you give me one name, one person, one girl from Grand Rapids with a few details.
It was at that point, 6 minutes into the interview, that Garry Artman first mentioned Susan Hayward, a film actress from the 1940s. The name was redacted, removed from the recording, but detectives have since confirmed that is the one name Artman repeatedly mentioned, perhaps because a victim used it as a street name or closely resembled the actress. Investigators have been unable to determine that victim's true identity, but they're hoping someone out there can help identify Susan Hayward. The serial killer then went on to talk about disposing of at least one victim on what he called Old Riverside Drive.
What happened with that one? Just talk me through it. Dumpster. So, like, how would you meet her? Picked her up on Division. So after you picked her up, what happened? Yeah. Killed her. You didn't kill her in the car? No. Took her back to Old Riverside Drive.
We'll put her in a dumpster there.
Would have had to.
Do you remember what she looked like or what her name was?
Nope.
Do you remember how you killed her? Knife to throat?
I'm a monster. I'm a monster. I've killed people. I just threw them away as if they were garbage. I thought I was better. Some straight, some liquid, some crushed throat.
Let me ask you just a real simple question, just so we're on the same page. How many girls, female prostitutes, or just females in general in Grand Rapids, did you kill?
If I said all of them, would you believe me?
We just want to be as accurate as possible too, Gary, so we don't want to attribute anything to you that you didn't do.
Go for 11. See what you come up with.
What about a girl that lived out in Ottawa County where you were living?
Something Marn. Did you kill anybody out there?
Yeah. Blue dress.
This is Shelley Kephart Christian. She was 29 years old when she disappeared from her home state of Minnesota. In '94, hunters stumbled upon her remains in a ditch between Marne and Coopersville.
My sister, Shelley, she was a caring person. It was the addiction that, took her down this path and then led her to Michigan.
If I'm not mistaken, she had glasses. She had high heels, I know that.
The shoe that was found, it was a blue high-heeled shoe. So that clue there makes me think she was doing that work there. She would only wear that type of clothing when she was out.
Though Shauna Christian said her sister Shelley was known to wear high heels when doing sex work, the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office says there is no direct evidence tying Garry Artman to Kephart Christian's murder. Though her body was found just 5 miles from a motel where Artman had lived, the case remains open and active. After the break, a last-ditch effort in the interview's final hour pays off.
Where did you like to hunt? Oh, hunting for... I thought you were talking about deer hunting. I was going to go down that road with you there, but Division Street, I understand. So you'd go pick them up.
They needed to die.
Why was it that they needed to die?
Don't know. I didn't get caught.
Yeah.
For all those years, I never got caught.
These dumpsters.
Ta-da!
Well, Garry, you want to see some pictures?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we got nothing to lose at this point.
Look through these and tell us if you killed any of those girls, if you remember.
She had a broken arm, dressed in what came out of So-So's.
Came out of So-So's? That's a bar that used to be on Division. All right, and then you brought her back to your apartment? No, So-So's, I think you were living right around the corner.
Garry, how did you kill her? You said you killed her, but what did you do with her after that?
Took her where she wanted to go.
Well, where did she want to go?
Straight to the pit of hell.
Finally, 3 hours into the interview, details detectives could try to confirm. And what they discovered digging through police reports. In June of 1995, Kathleen Dennis's sister reported her missing to Grand Rapids police and gave a description. The 28-year-old from Nebraska had a cast on her right arm, wore white, and had visited So-So's Lounge that night, 2 blocks from the apartment where Garry Artman landed after his release from prison in June of '92.
This is Tommy.
Hey, Tommy. Andy Hines, Detective Sergeant with the Kent County Sheriff's Office. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good.
Good. Hey, we just wanted to follow up with you and let you know that we had a chance to interview Garry Artman. Unfortunately, he did disclose to us some details where we believe he is responsible for your mom's murder. I wish I had better news, and my sincere condolences are with you, sir.
Thank you. Wow.
That was a bit rough. It was a little tough to hear, but necessary at the same time.
Tommy Dennis was just 7 years old when his mom, Kathleen Dennis, known for her laughter and bubbly spirit, traveled with her sister from their hometown in Nebraska to work Division Avenue in Grand Rapids Red Light District. That's where police are now confident that she crossed paths with serial killer Garry Artman.
I guess he admitted to them that he killed this young black lady, which matches the description of my mom, and then he disposed of her body in a dumpster.
Over 3 years in the mid-90s, 17 moms, sisters, wives, most working in the sex industry, were found murdered in and around Grand Rapids. 4 of them, including Kathleen Dennis, vanished, never to be seen again.
I remember little things about her. She would make the room laugh. She was just a beautiful person, inside and out. She had 3 beautiful kids who have gone on to do amazing things in this world. And you know, now knowing that she met the end the way that she did, that just empowers me to want to do more, to be more. In this world, I feel like I owe her to live the life that she didn't have the opportunity to live. And there's still questions that we have that we won't know, but there's other families that you've affected who don't even have as much as we have. So like, I definitely feel for those other families.
I am Tashika Lockridge. I am Fonda Lockridge's oldest daughter.
What happened to your mom?
She left from home one day and never came back.
Tashika was 6 when her mom vanished, Shanique 15 months, and while their great aunt took good care of them, raised them right.
There was always something missing because we didn't have a mother.
Mm-hmm. And so many questions. Fonda Lockridge was one of 4 women who disappeared in the mid-90s from Grand Rapids Red Light District, never to be seen again.
This is Candy. I'll introduce you a second. Candy's mom was murdered in 1994, and her mom was found in Muskegon.
How you doing?
So,
I'm T. Nice to meet you. And that's my sister.
In June 2025, the Lockridge sisters met with Detective Case Weston at GRPD headquarters. They shared with him names they had heard over the years, potential suspects in their mom's murder. Weston had something to share with them, too.
So we had interviewed Garry Artman in prison just before he died, and he was connected to the murder of a couple of other women. Mm-hmm. And he had given us information that he killed Catherine Dennis. He didn't know what her name was, but he knew that her arm was in a cast. And he had said that he sexually assaulted her, murdered her.
All right, so it was already broken and like healing, like she had it in a cast?
Yep.
Okay.
Easy pickings.
It was without a doubt he had done this. The reason I bring it up is it was within about 2 weeks of when your mom's disappearance was.
What's it like to hear Case talk about this Artman, Garry Artman? What do you think about that? About the likelihood of him having done this to your mom, T?
I mean, anything is possible. You can't really just exclude that situation out. But for me personally, even though I was so young and everything, I just can't see it. I'm sorry, but I can't. Or maybe it's because I won't allow myself to see it in that type of way, or I don't want to see it in that type of way, but I just can't see it. I don't really feel like she would go get in the car with this strange person despite the stuff that she was doing.
There's so little information, honestly, on your mom's disappearance that that there's really not any way to ever say one way or the other definitively until she's found.
Yes.
Until. I like that.
I like that too.
Weston believes Garry Artman likely murdered Fonda Lockridge, but her disappearance remains open, and her daughters aren't giving up the search for the truth. Neither is the daughter of another victim. Candy Caterberg also met with Detective Weston, and he filled her in, too, about Garry Artman.
I don't believe he was responsible for your mom's death because we actually asked him that in person. I don't know if he knew that or not. And he had said that he never was involved in anything in Muskegon. He had never transported anybody in Muskegon. So I think your mom was not involved in that. So that leads us to still have that open, and it's still a little bit of a question mark.
As winter settled in that January of '94, so too did a deadly menace. On the second day of the new year, it would claim a second victim, 29-year-old Lisa Oatberg, a mom of 3 struggling with a crack addiction. Police say Oatberg was last seen around 4:30 in the morning, getting into a vehicle at Division and Cottage Grove.
I have articles going back to the beginning. She's pretty young in that picture.
Caterberg was 9 the last time she saw her mom, Lisa Oatberg. It was Christmas Day, 1993.
I remember she got me like press-on fake fingernails and a Barbie doll, and she tried to do what she could with the little that we did have. She was feisty. She was loud. She had an opinion. She'd let you know, but she had the biggest heart. She would help anybody.
But Oatberg needed help too, stuck in the vice grip of the crack cocaine epidemic.
Towards the end, it was a little rough, because that last picture really does kind of speak volumes. She looks pretty messed up, and I look very unhappy.
Question mark. There was another suspect that was developed in your mom's case, too. That was a gentleman that she knew, that you probably heard the name, maybe Jamal Lacey. He's in prison right now.
On that charge, you could receive up to life.
Jamal Lacey was arraigned by way of video camera from the Kent County Jail this afternoon. Wyoming police arrested the 31-year-old Grand Rapids man yesterday on a charge of attempted murder. Investigators say Lacey tried to strangle a 15-year-old prostitute with an extension cord back in March of 1995. The case caught the attention of West Michigan task force members investigating the deaths of 11 women.
Because of the relationship to a prostitute, and secondly because of the actual demonstrated violence using an extension cord, that certainly caused the task force members to look very closely at him, and will continue to cause them to look further into his background.
They're wasting their time as well as my time because, like I said, I haven't got anything to do with these deaths.
I know somebody was encroaching on my territory. I know that.
What do you mean by that?
Grand Rapids, my territory.
Division, is that what we're talking about here?
Yeah.
Your territory? Okay.
You already got him.
So there's Jamal Lacey. He was a pimp back then that we locked up. They thought he was responsible for some of them.
All that sounds right.
There's your mom's file. This is the Jamal Lacey file right here. So that would be probably interesting. It's background history, everything like that.
What is he admitting?
He admitted that he had my mom's identification, but he says he only had that because he found it in a trash can at a car wash. My mom was seen with her purse and her identification that night.
What do you want to say to him?
I just want him to admit it, that he did do it. He's already in prison. And then we can move on to solving the rest of these cases.
Are you glad that you came down here today? Was it helpful at all?
I am. It's helpful to the point that I know that somebody is actually, that they actually care. That's the thing about it. Somebody that cares, and somebody that actually wants the families to have closure.
It had gone in my mind. I see all this now, that's amazing. But sitting at home, growing up, it felt like nothing was happening.
Yeah, it probably even now, you've got to have that question in the back of your head, like what happened?
Yeah, of course. What happened?
That has to be.
And how solvable are these cases? But if we don't do it now, they're never getting solved.
Detectives had hoped Artman's deathbed confession would provide answers for more families. But 2 years later, investigators say they can still only definitively tie Artman to 3 murders: Sharon Hammock and Kathleen Dennis in Grand Rapids, and Dusty Shuck in Maryland. He talked about a Marne killing, a blue dress, high heels, glasses, but still not enough details, say Ottawa County detectives, to conclude that Artman killed Shelley Kephart Christian. The long-haul trucker claimed he stopped killing after Sharon Hammock in '96 because he had been getting sloppy and he feared going back to prison.
Just real quick before I forget, did you ever take anything from any of these girls? Bra, panties, earrings, anything like that? Did you ever keep a trophy or a memento?
Yeah, but they were always washed.
Okay. Were those in the storage locker?
Those were in storage.
Were those the ones that we have?
You got them.
And you would wash them yourself?
Yep.
Were those taken off of girls you killed?
Yep.
How many different states did you kill girls in? Well, I know Michigan and Maryland, but
okay.
What other states?
None. If you're asking that type of question, none.
The Kent County Sheriff's Office submitted those undergarments for testing, but said labs found no usable DNA. Garry Artman told investigators that his MO changed depending on circumstances, but he usually stabbed or strangled his victims. Of 16 missing and murdered women, police believe at least 4 were killed by someone other than Garry Artman, who said that he killed 11 women in Grand Rapids. Police across the country have yet to tie any additional victims to Garry Artman.